On this video we're taking a look at our CBB parlay for the games that are happening on Sunday, March 27, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is Miami, Florida versus Kansas. Miami, Florida win. And here is why. The Miami Hurricanes have proven that playing in the ACC prepared them for a solid tournament run. They were able to push past the Iowa State Cyclones easily in their Sweet 16 game. On the offensive end of the court, the Hurricanes are scoring 74.9 ppg and shooting 47.7% from the floor. This is the 28th best overall shooting percentage in the country. The Hurricanes have shown that they can spread the floor and score from anywhere. Sam Waardenburg sits at the top of the key and facilitates the offense each time down the floor. They are averaging 14.1 assists per game and playing their best basketball when they are constantly moving and cutting towards the hoop. Miami can also step behind the arc and knock down shots from deep. They have the 99th best three-point shooting percentage in the nation. If any of their players are left open from behind the arc, they will pull the trigger immediately. According to KenPom, they have the 18th most efficient offense. The Hurricanes can score from anywhere and their veteran leadership shows near the end of the games. The Miami Hurricanes are shooting 75% from the charity stripe, as these points will be crucial in this game against Kansas. They will need every point that they can get in this game. The Jayhawks marched through the Big 12 tournament and are now doing the same in the Big Dance. Kansas now has a fully healthy roster and they aren't afraid of anyone. Remy Martin is finally back and he has been attacking the basket as often as he can. He has been the Jayhawks' #1 source of offense since the beginning of March. According to KenPom, Kansas has the 6th most efficient offense in the nation. On the offensive end of the floor, the Jayhawks are scoring 78.6 ppg and shooting 48% from the floor. This is the 23rd best shooting percentage in the country. The Jayhawks can score from anywhere on the floor and they are extremely athletic. They will rely on multiple different players to score throughout this game. Ochai Agbaji and David McCormack will do everything they can to generate offense each time down the court. Kansas is averaging 15.5 assists per game as they share the ball more than most teams in the country. They are all very unselfish and don't care who gets the basket as long as it goes in. The Jayhawks can also make it rain from behind the arc. Kansas is shooting 36.1% from behind the three-point arc, which is the 66th best three-point shooting percentage in the country. The Jayhawks will need to focus on making their free throws near the end of the game. They are only cashing in on 71.5% of their shots at the charity stripe. This game will be close, and they will need to take advantage of these easy looks throughout the game. Miami has been one of the most pleasant surprises of this tournament, and I think they have a good shot to keep patrolling here. The Jayhawks certainly looked vulnerable in the Sweet 16 against Providence. Kaunas blew a big lead and let the Friars take a late lead despite the fact that Providence shot only 34% from the floor and 4/23 from beyond the arc. The Jayhawks looked pretty sloppy, and Miami is well equipped to take advantage. They've been great at forcing turnovers so far. Miami also has an asset in Sam Waardenburg, the big man who can shoot it well from deep. Waardenburg lurking beyond the arc will pull Kansas big man David McCormack out of the paint. That will open things up for Miami's guards, who have been excellent recently. Cameron McGusty just dropped 27 against Iowa State, and Charlie Moore has been electric as a facilitator. Kansas also didn't look great against a middling and banged up Creighton team in the round of 32, and I'm just not as afraid of them as everyone else seems to be. Our second parlay pick is St. Peter's versus North Carolina. St. Peter's win. And here is why. North Carolina is not your standard Cinderella team. The Tar Heels struggled early in the season, going 12-6 through their first 18 games. They played in what was perceived to be a weak ACC this year, which led to a #8 seed in the NCAA tournament. North Carolina has taken advantage of a clean slate in the Big Dance, getting past the first weekend with wins over #9 Marquette and top-seeded Baylor. The Tar Heels blew a 25-point lead against the Bears before getting the job done in overtime. They were underdogs again on Friday night, but they came up with a 73-66 win over UCLA. St. Peter's is putting together what might be the most impressive run in NCAA tournament history. The Peacocks were able to book their spot in the big dance with wins over Fairfield, Quinnipiac, and Monmouth in the mock tournament. They took full advantage of the opportunity, knocking off second-seeded Kentucky in the first round of the tournament. St. Peter's added a win over 7th-seeded Murray State in the second round to advance to the second week of the event. The Peacocks sprung another huge upset on Friday night, taking down number 3 Purdue as 13-point underdogs. They do not have good offensive numbers this season, as their strength is on the defensive end of the court. St. Peter's is number 269 in effective field goal percentage and is number 298 in turnover rate. The Peacocks have been able to salvage some of their possessions with an offensive rebounding percentage that is number 71. They are facing a North Carolina defense that is number 42 in adjusted efficiency. Guard Darrell Banks III leads St. Peter's with 11.5 points per game, while forward Cassine Defoe is adding 10.5 points and 6.1 rebounds. Guard Doug Eddard has had a fantastic run in the tournament, including a 20-point performance against Kentucky. The Tar Heels rely on an offense that is number 19 in adjusted efficiency. They have been shooting very well from the perimeter, knocking down 36.3% of their three-pointers. North Carolina has also been efficient at the charity stripe, converting on 76.9% of its attempts. This will be a tough test, as it is facing a St. Peter's defense that is number 24 in adjusted efficiency. Junior forward Armando Backett, who was a first-team All-ACC member, leads North Carolina with 16.4 points and 12.4 rebounds per game. Sophomore guard Caleb Love poured in 30 points against UCLA on Friday night. He is one of 3 other players scoring in double figures. St. Peter's is allowing an average of 67.7 points per game in their 3 NCAA tournament games thus far, but one of those games against Kentucky went into overtime. During the regular season, St. Peter's allowed an average of only 62.4 points per game, which was 24th best in the nation, and the Peacocks held their opponents to a field goal shooting percentage of only 39.1%, which was 18th. St. Peter's averages 33.9 rebounds per game, led by Fasani Drain with an average of 6.4 boards per contest. The Peacocks are allowing an average of only 29.6 rebounds per game. Cassine Defoe is the leader in steals with an average of 1.2 per game, and the leader in blocked shots with an average of 2.7 swats per contest stop. St. Peter's is not a team that I want to fade right now. The Peacocks have won and covered the spread in 10 consecutive games, springing multiple double-digit upsets during the NCAA tournament. They have already handled 2 of the best big men in college basketball during this run, so I am confident that they can handle anything that North Carolina throws at them. St. Peter's will also control the pace of this game, making it difficult for the Tar Heels to find a rhythm. This could be the final game of a magical run for St. Peter's, so it is not going to relent down the stretch. To wrap this mega parlay up and hopefully bring us home, we've got St. Peter's. One more upset for the Peacocks. Nobody gave them much of a shot against Purdue in the Sweet 16, and they had to teach the whole country a lesson once again. What separates St. Peter's from other Cinderella teams from small conferences is that they're legitimately elite defensively. They now rank 25th nationally in defensive efficiency according to KenPom. They've been rattling offenses all tournament, and UNC will be their next victim with a short turnaround and little time to prepare. Nobody thought the Peacocks would be able to contain 7'4" Purdue big man Zach Edey down low, but they managed. They also turned Jaden Ivey into a non-factor for much of the game. As such, I'm not too concerned about how they'll handle Armando Backett in the paint. Just one more miracle. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.